Welcome everyone to Superintendent's Corner. I'm Dr. Clendening, and today we're going to chat with the new Franklin Community Middle School Principal, Rita Holman. Mrs. Holman has been with us for many years, and we're really excited about what she's going to do here at the middle school. So welcome to Superintendent's Corner.
Thank you.
Introduce yourself to everybody as far as a teacher. What were you doing before you jumped into the admin world?
All right. I've been with Franklin my entire career. I started in 2000 at CBMS as a sixth grade math teacher. And then when the building split, I stayed on at CBIS. So I was a math teacher for about 15 years before moving over to the middle school as an assistant principal.
Outstanding. And then during your time as assistant principal, your main role was dealing with the curriculum and assessment. What were you doing as the assistant principal?
I did a lot of the testing, and WEA ISEP testing was all in addition to teacher evaluations, student supervision, duties, things like that.
So as you come into leading a building of almost 900 kids, you think about in 2 grades. What are some things that you've seen like, man, that's really good, I'm glad we're doing that?
You know, the last 2.5 years had kind of a rebirth of our PLC, teacher collaboration, working together. And I feel like there's been a big, culture change when it comes to just working together. I know that when I started, I was a one-man show. My door closed and I taught what I thought I needed to teach, and I thought I was doing a pretty good job. But as times progressed, just that depending on each other and valuing what we have to offer as a group instead of individually. And I've seen a lot of growth. We have a lot of growth that still is happening, and we're doing some things this year that are pretty cool to kind of facilitate some of that. So just kind of continuing that is really what I'm excited about.
You mentioned collaboration and growth. Those are 2 of our guiding principles that we embrace here in our journey. When you think about collaboration, I know you're trying to also bring in mom and dad a little bit more in the past. And I know from when I was middle school principal, it's a tough time because the kids want to either be adults or kids, and mom and dad are also willing to say it's time to let them kind of grow a little bit. But I know you need mom and dad to help. So what are you doing around trying to get that going as well?
It's a different role. PTO in the elementary level is different, but I know that teachers feel very appreciated to know that parents are involved, and I know that sometimes there's a question when you get to the kind of middle levels of where's my space, how can I be involved? So Alicia Sherry has been willing to take on that role for us this year and kind of facilitate some of that, finding ways to get them in to work with the teachers just to help in any way that they can.
And if parents wanted to be a part of that, is there a monthly meeting, or should they just call the office to put their name on a list, or what should they do?
Yeah, we had some parents already sign up. It's going to be, a lot of it's going to be online via email. It's busy. Things just continue to get very busy. Yeah. So I know that that's their plan, is to do a lot of communication via email on ways that they can be involved.
In addition to Mrs. Holman being new, I know you have another new member of your admin team. You want to introduce him, please?
Yeah, Ben Carroll joins us. He was also a previous math teacher and then came over here and worked with our computer program class for a while, and he's been a great addition. Yeah. He's got some very creative, innovative ideas on some things. Actually, the initiative I was talking about earlier, we have a pineapple theme this year. Teachers have pineapples hanging on their doors. Pineapples are the symbol of welcome, and so and challenge accepted, I don't know if you can see that in the background, but is our theme for the year. And just finding ways to get out of our comfort zone. One of the best ways that teachers can grow is by watching other teachers teach, and I know that we've embraced that last year, especially in our corporation, but at the building level, that's kind of our driving force to start the year. And our first challenge is getting in somebody else's classroom, just popping in, and the pineapples are a symbol on the door that you're welcome to come in. We also have a pineapple chart where teachers can sign up if they're going to be doing something that's maybe worth watching, somebody to come in and kind of an invitation. And he spearheaded all of that, found it, and really implemented that. So he's very creative, thinks outside the box, and it's going to be a really good addition.
Well, that's awesome. I always say, if you cannot be a PE teacher, be a math teacher.
Right.
Just for all of you, my background was physical education before I jumped into administration. It's interesting, the last principal here was math.
I know, we love math here.
You guys love math, so and so do I, but it's really an important part. One of the things I think people will probably talk about in terms of schools, it's like I-STEP schools. That's what the state wants to talk about. We don't want to necessarily say that's the end all for us. And I know as superintendent, I definitely don't want that. There's so much more to a kid than that one score. So what are you guys doing to show individual growth and helping the kids move forward each day?
Well, I mean, in addition to the renewed efforts of NWA and goal setting and working with kids and teachers to just watch that growth that occurs over the course of a year through our PLCs, the common assessments, and we have GRIZ time, which is a remediation, enrichment and remediation period for students to be pulled in when maybe on some of those common assessments they've not showed the mastery over our essential learnings that they needed to, and so that kind of growth matters too. In addition to just being a good person and continue our counseling department's amazing and continuing to just grow the whole child, not just academics, but
the middle school is definitely in good hands with Mrs. Holman. And I will tell you kind of the backstory there. She was hesitant to come in and say, this is what I want to do, because as a teacher and loving teaching, you think, I don't want to leave the classroom. And then you get to be assistant principal and say, I want to do that job. And then when this came open, she definitely took the challenge and accepted it. Now, if I get a pineapple, it's probably because it's going to be thrown at me. But other than that, it's going to all be really good. And we're excited to have you lead the building.
It's been a good start, for sure.
So if parents want to talk to you, do you have a standing meeting to talk to you? Just email you? How do they reach out to you?
Yeah, email's probably the best way. I'm sending out a monthly newsletter and giving some information of stuff that's already happened and stuff that's going to be coming up as well. But anytime that they have questions or concerns, to email is probably the best option.
And in her life outside of school, she's also a parent of in our district. So you have a couple kids here, I think. Is that right?
I've got 2 kids at Needham, a 3rd grader and a 4th grader, who are in the same class this year for the first time, which is Mrs. Venice.
So that's great. So she understands the walk of moms and dads in schools and what we're trying to do. Thank you for taking the challenge. Thank you for being a guest on Superintendent's Corner.
Absolutely.
Any other thoughts?
No, I have given all of my thoughts. It's going to be a great year.
Well, it is going to be a great year, and I'm excited with the leadership team that's here and all of the leaders in our district. So you've been watching Superintendent's Corner, hearing about our guiding principles in action of growth and collaboration and so much more. So thank you. If you want to know more about the middle school, contact Mrs. Holman.
Thank you.